Good evening. In last lecture, we just started the study of machine elements, in which we studied some part of fasteners. Myself, Dr. M. Takle, from Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Yadrao, Itsaganji. Here we are going to study the some machine elements like fasteners, gear bearings. Here's some preview of that last lecture. We studied what is meant by machine elements, then structure components, mechanism components, control components, that is control moments, then structure elements like shaft, coupling, bearing, fasteners, key, splines, cotter pin, seals. It is one of the example of shaft with universal joint at each end and spline in the center. It is Skoda rear axle. Then what is meant by screw fastener? One part is a male, one part is a female. Then what is permanent joint and what is temporary joint? Welding is a permanent joint and fastener which can be removed or dismantled without damaging the joining component. Here we will start what is meant by bolt, screw and stud. First bolt. Bolt having hexagonal head on the top and at the bottom it can be fixed with the help of nut. When we are going to use bolt, there is no requirement that internal threading is not required to the component, because when there in only simple hole is there in the case of internal component. So for fixing the such type of components, here two components are shown. One is shown by regular drawing and second component is by that sky blue color is there. And for fixing these two components, bolt joint, the screw joint is used, the screw fastener is used. And when the component is having only hole is there and no internal threading is there, in such case, to fix this component, bolt is used as shown in a bolt. Hexagonal head is there, and for fixing purpose, nut is assembled. The second good example is that screw. In case of screw, the requirement is that internal threading is required for the component. Again, similar to the first case, two dissimilar parts are required to join, and having internal threads are there for the both the component, then screw is used, screw joint is used. And for screw, hexagonal head is there. By considering third case, which is called as a stud, again to joining that two similar components, stud is used, where the requirement is again internal threading is required for that internal for that object, and stud is fixed on that. And to lock that stud, nut is used from the top surface as shown in figure for the movement of the stud inside the component for that fixing purpose. Is the basic difference between bolt, screw and stud. Now, screwed fasteners material. There are some standard materials which are used to manufacture these screw fasteners, and these are, there are three major steel fasteners used in industry. First one is a stainless steel, where that screw come into contact with that water for anti-corrosion purpose. Stainless steel fasteners are used. Second one is a carbon steel, that is C40, C45 like that. Third one is alloy steel like EN8 material is used to manufacture the steel fasteners. The major grades used in the stainless steel fasteners are 200 series, 300 series and 400 series. Means considering 300 series, SS304, SS31L, like that. Titanium, aluminum, and various alloys are also commonly materials for construction of metal fasteners. Apart from stainless steel, carbon steel, and alloy steel, the major grades of the stainless steel is the 200 series, 300 series, and 400 series. Apart from that, titanium, aluminum, and various alloys are also commonly used to manufacture these metal fasteners. In many cases, special coatings or plating may be applied to metal fasteners to improve their performance characteristics by, for example, enhancing corrosion resistance. Now there may be zinc coating, chrome plating, or hot dip galvanizing. Such type of coatings or on bolt are there. The purpose of this coating is the corrosion resistance. When the material is come in contact with water, or in case of some atmospheric conditions, this material get corroded. So avoid these corrosions. Some commonly coating or plating such as zinc coating, chrome plating, or hot dip galvanizing. Such type of surface treatments are carried out on the screw fasteners for corrosion resistance purpose. Applications: in every joint, when we require a joint that is not permanent joint, temporary joint, to join these two similar components, mostly fasteners are used. The various applications of fastener are: when selecting a fastener for industrial applications, it is important to consider a variety of factors: the threading, the applied load on the fastener, the stiffness of the fastener, and the number of fasteners needed should all be taken into account. When we are going to design to joint for fasteners, we are calculating the number of fasteners required, then stiffness of the fastener, then how much load is coming on the fastener, then size of the threading, that is M12 is required, or M10, or M14, or M20, like that. The size of the threading plays an important role also in a fastener. So while selecting any application of fastener, the main things are the threading, the applied load on the fastener, the stiffness of the fastener, and the number of fasteners needed should all be taken into account. When we are going to choose, or when choosing a fastener for a given application, it is important to know the specifics of that application to help select the proper material for that intended use. For using fasteners for any application, the application engineer or the design engineer must know, or it is very important to know, where these fasteners are used, because according to that the material will be used for the fastener, and that according to the material properties of that material it changes. So for any application, the design engineer or application engineer must know application to help this select that proper material for that particular use. Here one of the example of bolt is shown, bolt and nut. As in a previous drawing we studied about that bolt, screw and strut. Bolt is nothing but hexagonal head is there, and no need for internal threading of the component. And in such case, bolt is used, and for lock this bolt, nut is used. Here the nomenclature of that bolt is shown. The nominal head is there, hexagonal head, for to hold that or for the movement of that bolt through the spanners. That hexagonal head is used, or again for resting of that head or resting of that head on a particular application. Head plays an important role, and at the corner there is a radius because for clear fixation of that surface of the head on that particular component. Then next head is a hexagonal head, then radius is there. The next part is a shank, as shown in a figure. Shank is the main body where no threading is there. Then run out, that threaded part and shaft, from that run out threading will start, and minimum run out must be there because a thread and shank is collinear with each other, so minimum run out must be there. Then nut is used, and that bolt is having external thread in which nut is fixed, and nut is having internal thread for the locking purpose. Now, and the threaded portion is called as a thread, and that threaded portion is nothing but thread length, and that shank is nothing but that grip length, and the total is nothing but called as a nominal length. When we are going to purchase this bolt on the market, we have to specify that M10 by 100. The meaning of that, M stands for metric thread, 10 stands for measure diameter, and 100 is normally a nominal length. The meaning of that M10 by 100 is metric thread with measure diameter of 10 mm, and the nominal length of the bolt is 100 mm. Again, here again isometric view of head is shown. You can manufacture according to this also. Hexagonal head is there, bearing surface is there for that easily fixation or easily mounting, because this seat is fixed on that component which are which two different component which are going to be fixed, and with the help of this component surfaces match or mating surface with that bearing surface. Then shank is there, then point is there, grip length as shown is the shank diameter is nothing but grip length. Once the threading is start, again this length is called as a thread length, and that overall length is called as a length or also called as a nominal length. It is one of the application of bolt as shown in the figure to hold the parts together. Bolts are used. Considering this isometric view and from front view, there are three different parts are there: part A, part B, and part C. How to fix that part A? Considering bill of material, part B having two parts, and when we are going to fix that part A, part B, and part C, here there are you can fix with the help of welding also, but as per our requirement we can choose any method of that joining method. Here bolt is used to fix this part A, part B, and part C as shown in the figure. Part A and part B is fixed with the help of bolt, which is horizontal bolt, and that part B and part C is fixed with the help of that vertical bolt. Here are two parts are there for part B. Each part is fixed with the help of part C by using that bolt. So similarly, A and B is fixed, B and C is fixed. So directly or indirectly we say that part A and part C is fixed. This is one of the application of bolt used in engineering practices. The main advantage of this is that we can easily remove the bolts from this component, or we can easily remove the components, that we can easily separate part A, part B and part C by removing this bolt assembly or bolts, that is nut and bolt. Again, there are two parts coming in the bolt. One is a bolt and second one is a nut. Bolt is having external threads, also called as a male thread. Nut having internal threads, also called as a female thread. By considering external, that is male thread, a thread cut on the outside of a cylindrical body, as shown in figure, that external thread is shown, which is nothing but that outside thread on the cylindrical body, also called as a male thread. By considering nut, internal threads are there, so it is called as a female thread. An internal female thread is nothing but a thread cut on the inside of a cylindrical body, as shown in nut. Inside threading is there. Student must keep in mind that when outside threading is there, it's called as a bolt, and when inside threading is there, it's called as a nut. And that outside threading is called bolt, is called as a male thread. The inside thread is called as a nut, is called as a female thread. Here some specifications or some nomenclature of the thread is that crest, the peak edge of a thread. Here external thread is there, internal thread is there. The peak edge of a thread is nothing but crest, as shown in an external thread. The peak edge is shown in a figure, and this is called as a crest. Then root, the bottom of the thread cut into a cylindrical body. The bottom is nothing but is a root, and crest is the peak edge and root is the bottom edge. The bottom of the thread cut in the cylindrical body is called as a root. Then thread angle, the angle between thread faces. Normally metric threads are used for manufacturing of the nut and bolts threading, and the angle of that metric thread is a 60 degree, which is a standard practice normally used. As shown in a sketch, external thread and internal thread is there, in which crest, root and thread angle is shown in a figure. The crest is nothing but peak edge, the root is nothing but the bottom edge, and the thread angle is nothing but angle between these thread faces. And for metric thread, the thread angle is normally used 30 degree angle. Then major diameter and minor diameter, as shown in external and internal thread. Major diameter is there and minor diameter is there. Major diameter, the largest diameter on an internal or external thread. As shown in the external thread, major diameter is there. As shown in internal thread, major diameter is there, and it is nothing but the largest diameter, that is for internal or external thread. Second one is a minor diameter. The smallest diameter on an internal or external thread is called as a minor diameter. Considering external thread and internal thread, the smallest diameter is nothing but a minor diameter. Means that largest diameter is a major diameter and smallest diameter in a minor diameter for both the cases, external thread as well as internal thread. Okay, thank you.